A brand new report on Avengers 5 has hit the net, and this report claims that currently the core Avengers will consist of 5 members, and we know who these 5 members are, so let's talk about each one. Avengers 5 seems to be going through like its 5th overhaul at this point, so whatever ends up happening, I guess we're gonna just have to find out when the final version of the cast is confirmed. But as of right now, we're hearing that they've pivoted away from what was being done by one of the writers, aka Jeff Loveness, as he left, and then Michael Waldron, who worked on Loki and Multiverse of Madness, is doing the final passes, trying to shape this up into something workable, I guess is the best way to explain it. Well, along with these reports comes the news of who is going to be on the team. So the team consists of the Incredible Hulk. Now, this makes sense to me. Hulk kind of needs to be there because he's still very much a character that is active, as we saw in She-Hulk. He's got plots that need to be resolved. There's a lot going on. There's going to be a lot happening with Thunderbolt Ross and Red Hulk and the Leader. So involving him with more Marvel content just seems like a no-brainer. And whether or not he's involved in Captain America 4, obviously we got to wait and see, but maybe he is. So we'll talk about him more in a little bit, because the next character is Sam Wilson's Captain America. Again, this is a no-brainer. He's putting together a new team. We know that that's like the crux of what they're pushing with the next Cap film, so this also works. Now, back on the Hulk front and how it relates to Captain America and Hulk is She-Hulk. She was removed from Captain America 4. Apparently, she only had a minor scene, so that's fine. But she's allegedly on this team and will be a major member. This, again, makes sense. If she's not getting a follow-up season, we got to bring her into the MCU proper, aka on the big screen, so more people are aware of who she is, which makes a whole lot of sense. Next up is Spider-Man. This is another no-brainer, but I assume they're going to have to get the next Spider-Man out before this because, well, you kind of got to explain a little bit more unless Spidey's just never going to take his mask off, which, again, could be a thing, because he doesn't want people to know who he is, and yeah, sure, they can play with that, so I'm down for that. We'll see how that rolls out. And then the final member is allegedly Moon Knight. Same thing I've said before. Same thing with She-Hulk. He's stuck on Marvel TV. That's where people know him. The audience from TV to film is about 10 to 15 times bigger. So, yeah, you're going to need him in something before he shows up in Secret Wars or wherever. So, this would be the optimal place. In my opinion, probably the hardest character to fit in considering his story, the part that still has yet to be told, and how they're going to react to who he is and what he does. But, hey, they can pull it off. If this is truly the team and it's these 5, I mean, that's got to be the weirdest team of Avengers I could certainly come up with, but I assume that this would be like the core 5 and a couple more joins. So I guess we'll talk about this more when we get more news. But how do you guys feel about this lineup?